Great Western Brewing Company is turning 35 and it's celebrating that birthday with a $25 million expansion. But back in 1990, few thought the company would survive its first year of operation. Greg Kitts is one of the original 16 employees who bought the brewery when Molson decided to close it. And Michael Brennan is the company's current president and CEO, and they both join us now in studio with more on this big anniversary. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, Greg, I want to start with you. Why did you decide to buy the brewery back in 1990? Walk us through that whole story.
Well, there are a lot of different threads that had to come together to weave that tapestry, but simple answer, it was cheaper than getting a divorce. No, I had been working for Molson, and I had been given an offer to move to Edmonton. But my bottom line was my wife is born and raised in Saskatoon, and there was no way she was moving to Edmonton. So among the options, I had looked at several businesses to buy into, and the brewery was one that we really was close to our hearts at that time. And depending on how much time you have, I could go through the whole story. But at that point, it was buy into the brewery to keep our jobs.
How hard was it to convince others to put their money into what I assume was a pretty risky venture?
It was considered very risky. I remember we had first come up with this idea in, I guess it was February of 1989. And it was a couple of guys believed in the idea. And we started, fortunately, my wife's boss was a lawyer and helped us for no cost whatsoever to go through some of the legal things we had to do. And a friend of his was an accountant who also helped us with no charge. And several hotels in town actually gave us meeting rooms for free.
Oh, wow.
So that was quite helpful. And we managed to get into June when we actually had a business plan in place. And we tried to convince people to join us at that point. And we had invited all the employees here in Saskatoon and the Regina plant as well to take part in this. And after we made our presentation, we had people on the floor saying, some of the managers that, no, it's a very high risk. We wouldn't want to do it. You don't have a good shot at it. So in the end, we had 16 people, 15 of them union boys, and one ex-manager that decided to commit and put their money down and go for it.
What were those early years like? Did anyone ever have second thoughts?
Right off the bat, we went like gangbusters. It was amazing. There's video clips of people going into the stores and looking for our beer on the day before the official first day, and we sat outside liquor stores just watching. Oh, look at, they're actually taking our beer, the stuff we made out. And there were, of course, some rough times farther down the road. The initial push died off, and we managed to struggle through. We had some pretty lean years and managed to bounce back from those, and here we are 35 years later.
Incredible.
I mean, it's 35 years as Great Western, almost 100 years a brewery, but 35 years as one company is the longest in that brewery's history.
When did you know, though, that the company was kind of like on secure footing?
Probably by the late 90s or so, we managed, our CEO at the time managed to get a few contracts, so we were brewing and producing liquids for other companies. And that sort of kept the lights on until we were able to actually get solid footing on our own. And then back, I guess it's in 2011, launch of Original 16 brand really blew the doors off in our minds. That solidified everything.
Michael, I want to bring you into this conversation. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you.
Great history, though. I love it.
But looking back on the history of Great Western, what impresses you the most?
There's a few things. One, 16 guys taking a risk to keep brewing alive in this province, because really that's what has resulted. And the other thing is the support from everybody in our community who get behind our brands, buy our beer, and support local, which I think is a real testament to the entire 016 story.
And it is obviously a success story, but with success obviously comes some challenges. What challenges have you faced since you took over as CEO in 2017?
Well, there's been a number of them. COVID-19 might be a good one, which changed our business dramatically. And we're always dealing with tax challenges. You know, our neighboring province in Alberta increased taxes on us dramatically this spring. That took us a while to try and figure out and work through. So there's always challenges in the industry, and we're also competing against, you know, two companies. The biggest brewer in the world is 2,600 times our size. So they have a few more resources than we do, so we have to be ingenious. One of our core values is relentless ingenuity, and that's what helps us get through each day.
Tell us more about this expansion that you're unveiling today. Will consumers notice a difference, or what is this expansion?
So this, and as Greg mentioned, the brewery was built in 1927. Most of the equipment, the modern equipment in our current brewery, was put in about 1954. So it is time for a little bit of an update in some of the equipment, and that's what we have done with this expansion. We're adding 11,000 square feet and an entire new brewing system brought from a company. We purchased it out of Germany. These guys are experts in brewing equipment. So from a consumer perspective, you will not be able to tell the difference between our products. That's core to us, making sure that the beer we're producing now tastes the same in the new facility that we'll get going very shortly.
Will people be able to tour this new facility, or?
In phase 2 or 3, it will. So this is phase 1 of our expansion. We've got another couple phases to do, and it won't be very visitor-friendly in that time frame. But our hopes are in the future that we will be able to offer tours and let people come in and learn a little bit more about Great Western Brewing from its origins all the way to today.
To what extent is the company still, 100% owned by employees?
So we have some employees own it. There's four owners, one majority owner, all local business folks. I'm one of the owners, but 4 local business owners. Many people will know our majority owner, who is in the car business. Mr. Von Wyant is proud of his investment in the company. He got involved in, I believe, 1993 when they brought in a few independent business folks to help give some counsel on the board level. And over time, they took an investment into the brewery.
Oh, Greg, we only have a minute left, but what are your final thoughts on 35 years? And could you ever imagine this when you first bought in?
Well, 35 years is literally half a lifetime for me. So I'm just absolutely thrilled to go see the expansion. My wife and I didn't have any children, so the brewery is our baby. And opening this new brew house, it's like a grandchild on the way. So we are definitely excited to see this.
Well, thank you both so much for sharing the origin story for those who don't know and what the future looks like as well.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for having us here.